Welcome to the Expressions of Destiny podcast. This is Jennifer, your host. If this is your first time tuning in, I welcome you. If you've been listening for a while, welcome back. Today's episode is going to be just a chat. We are just going to talk about some things that have been on my mind, things that align with our business and what we do and what we strive to accomplish here on this podcast. This is Expressions of Destiny. We are unscripted, purpose-filled, and encouraging. And so that's what you are going to find on here. You may be riding along with me while I'm running errands some days. I might be on my way to work. I might be at home in my office. I might be just about anywhere on vacation. You're going to be with me wherever I go. And so this is why we are unscripted. It's just showing that businesses and owning businesses and being entrepreneurs, we are in business all the time. We don't stop for anything. I mean, we may go on vacation, but if the Lord drops an idea or something great in our heart and our mind, or we just feel, this pushing to share something with you, we're going to hop on here in the moment and just do it. It doesn't matter if there's sirens in the background, if there's traffic and loud noise. My dogs are barking in the background sometimes. It just doesn't matter what it is. We are going to be here in the moment. And so this is what today is. It is Saturday. I hope you all had a wonderful Valentine's Day yesterday. And so I just want to talk a little bit about what Expressions of Destiny is, what we do, and why we're so passionate about the subjects that we cover. And so if you've been listening for a while, you know that we focus on employee coaching and customer service training. That's what Expressions of Destiny is. It's helping people in the moment, in the place, in the position that they're at, to find their purpose, to really dig deep, because there are a lot of people that are working jobs right now. They're working it because it's just a job. They don't really find joy in it. They can't really understand why they're there sometimes except to collect a paycheck. And then there's others that find purpose in that moment, even if it's not what they want to do for the rest of their life. It might be something temporary. It might be a season, and they have an understanding of that. But when it comes down to it, a lot of people don't really walk that path of understanding. They don't really get it. And so everything that we do in our life, it's either God sent or God used, is what we believe. And so where you are, you should always be fulfilling purpose. Whether you love it or you hate it, you're fulfilling purpose in that moment. And guess what? When you begin to feel like you're fulfilling purpose, even in a place that you hate, you actually start to enjoy some of what you're doing for the time that you have to be there. And it's knowing that, hey, I don't have to be here forever. This isn't my end goal. This isn't, what I want to do for the rest of my life. But how can I have joy in doing it right now for the time being? What can I do for others? And so let's just jump into these two subjects of employee coaching and customer service training. And so I've said it many times on here. I have kind of made it a career in my life to be a part of every career opportunity possible. And that is just for the purpose of fulfilling my purpose, which is understanding how each industry works. And let me just explain a little bit further for those of y'all who may have not caught that. Many people, the majority of people, will be in a position for years, for decades, for a lifetime. They retire out of that job that they have been at for the majority of their life. They've climbed the ladder. They have, done whatever necessary to move up, and only up in that position. And that is a great accomplishment. I have no problem with that. But God took me down a different path. And so when I say every industry possible, it's not jumping from job to job to job. I have been blessed to be able to spend most of my time with my children and being a mom, a full-time mom and a full-time wife, and just being able to do that and work when maybe we need a little extra income, maybe we need an increase, maybe it's a different season, maybe the girls are involved in so much, throughout their elementary and middle school that I was able to hop into a part-time job. But I love being able to experience all these different things. It's like someone interning in every industry possible throughout their entire life And now they have experience in every single area. So just to give you a little bit of background, I was a PE coach straight out of high school. I was an art teacher for 5 more years after that, straight out of high school, no teaching certificate, no schooling for education, nothing. I was able to jump into this role without having the credentials that are required today. And so I coached for a year, elementary and middle school. And then for the next 5 years, I taught art and the arts to first grade all the way to 12th grade, all on the same days. And so that was pretty interesting, to jump back and forth between my littles and then my almost growns, and use those experiences to teach both of them, about the other. And so that was really great. I have been in hospitality, the hotel industry, as a night audit, working the front desk. Overnights, I've been able to work part-time and full-time in ministry in different churches. I also did retail. I've worked for nonprofits. I've been a development assistant, working in that arena of nonprofit work. But my greatest and most, and that's not all of it. I mean, there's so much more I can't even bring up in my head right now. So much more that God has allowed us to do. My husband and the same thing. I mean, real estate, banking, loans, education. And we have been across the board in so many different industries. And so I love that God has brought us to a place of being able to understand that the foundation of every single one of those industries, every single place that we have worked, the foundation has been employee coaching and customer service training. It is so important. Now, what I was going to say is my greatest and most favorite place to be in every position that I've held has been my volunteer work. There is nothing more rewarding and that I'm so grateful for, to be able to do for others without expecting anything in return. And so those have been the moments that I have been so thankful to God of not having to work a job specifically for income, but being able to just go and give of our time. And so I've said it so many times, if I could do that with no concern of needing a paycheck or needing to pay bills or, whatever it is that is our daily responsibility, I would just do that for the rest of my life and not expect anything in return. And so those are my favorite places to be. But when we talk about employee coaching and customer service training, these 2 areas are the focus that every single business needs to have. We talk about customer service training. We talk about customer service in general. How we treat our customers, how we treat our clients, how we want to make sure that they keep coming back and that they keep trusting us to do what it is that they need, whatever their need is in their life, in their business, their everyday. We want to be that person, that business that provides what they need and they want. And so we don't want to lose them. So we shower them with so much, just appreciation, with deals, specials. We do above and beyond in our work for them, whatever they are requesting. We greet them with a smile. And I say all of this in the hopes that that's what the majority of businesses are doing. Because there are some businesses where the employees are not fulfilling that customer service that is necessary to keep those customers. And so that's the expectation, to be able to really give our heart and our love to our customers to keep them coming back, because that's also how our business thrives and is successful, and we get paid and we're able to function, and so we add that touch of value. Now, why is it that customer service is lacking a lot of times in businesses? And I can tell you this just from experience and from seeing it and working among it and working with those that are struggling to provide this customer service, being that that employee working side by side with employees that are disgruntled, that are, upset, that are not feeling fulfilled in their position, it's because of the lack of employee coaching. Why would we not show the same love and concern and outpouring of wanting to give back to our employees as we do our customers? And I strongly believe and feel, and this is why we touch on this subject all the time, is that a lot of businesses are lacking in customer service to their customers because they don't know how to treat the very ones that they expect to be customer service driven. And so when our employees are feeling like their management, their supervisors, their business owners, the person who holds the vision of where they work, when they feel like they're not appreciated, or they're not properly trained, or they're left to feel like they're failing because they did something wrong, and they're not given the opportunities for growth, and they're not trained in certain areas that they're expected to be knowledgeable of, then how can we expect them to give the customer service that we require of them to our customers? So I hope you're following me on this, because it is a place that needs to be reevaluated. It is something that needs to be taken more seriously, to know that we can't drive our employees to do the very things that we expect if we don't give to them as well. And so I want to challenge you today, if you are a business owner, or if you are a manager, supervisor in a company or an organization, and you have people that are under you that expect that level of appreciation and training and opportunity for growth. They are under you, and it may seem like they're not doing the job that you expect them to do. Reevaluate yourself. And I don't mean for that to sound harsh, but I do, because many times we have to step back and we have to look at what's actually happening in the grand scheme of things. We need to be able to look and say, okay, why are they not performing the way that I expect? Why are they not giving, of themselves in their position to our customers? Why are they not pouring out that joy and that passion and that love for what they do? And I guarantee you at some point it's because we did not pay enough attention to them to show them how much we appreciate the way that they do treat our customers, to show them how much we appreciate the way that they do value the position that we've placed them in, and to show them how much we value them, period, as an individual. And so employee coaching, when it's lacking, when that time is not given back to your people that are serving you and your business, then you can't expect the customer service expectations to be there. You can't expect them to do that. And it's not giving them an excuse. It's just reminding you as a business owner that you have to pour into your people so that they can pour into all the other people. You have to show them how you expect things to be done. You have to be that example, and you have to appreciate what they're doing. And so I want to leave that right there, because we're going to touch on this subject so much more. It is so important. We jump in a lot of different areas, but the foundation of it, of our business and what we do, has always been employee coaching and customer service training. They go hand in hand. They work perfectly together when we are able to do what we need to do as the visionary of these businesses. When we're able to give in both areas, in both directions, and handle those two very, very important parts of our business, then everything else falls into place. Everything else is easier to conduct. Everything else is successful. And so, like I said, this is going to be a short episode today. We are going to touch more on this and the importance of employee coaching and customer service training in the months to come. We are actually trying to make sure that we have 2 episodes a month now. I know we kind of fell off a little bit here in the past year with I was in school full time and working for another company. But we are going to jump full force back into this. We're going to have some training, literature and manuals that are going to be produced here in the future so that companies, if y'all would like to have us come in and help you reevaluate things, we will have the materials to do that. A lot of it is just this free value that I love to offer to you, to be able to just listen into my heart and my thoughts and my mindset on this subject. And I don't charge a thing for it because I believe it is so needed and so necessary. I'm going to add value to you by continuing to pour out in this podcast. And so continue to listen. Go back and listen to some of the previous episodes. There's a lot of great material in there. A lot of things that you can implement one at a time, just one by one. Not having to change, make big changes immediately, but over time. Make these small changes that are going to make a huge difference in your company and in your organization, even in your ministries. I don't ever leave ministries out. I mean, it's sad that ministries are run like businesses most these days. Not all of them. But ministry, the same things apply, when it comes to loving on our people and treating them with some care, concern, respect, and pouring out what we have into them so that they can grow and so that they can fulfill their purpose in this life. And so that is it for me today, you guys. We're going to be back here probably in the next 2 weeks. So make sure that you follow us on the podcast apps. We have Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Podbean. We're pretty much on all of them, so you can catch us on any of them, the Expressions of Destiny podcast. I thank you for listening. Drop your comments if you have any questions or you want for me to connect with you. And again, have a wonderful day. We'll see you back here next time. God bless.